Hey, what's up guys, it's Brad with Displayed Fitness, and been a quiet 2 weeks, and sorry I haven't uploaded anything like I planned. I've been on a trip for the last 2 weeks, and so since I've been out here I haven't found the time to do much uploading and editing and stuff like that, but I did shoot about a lot of training content, which I'll include into this. But I wanted to talk about continuing your training. So it's important that if you got goals, like if you have things that you want to achieve, that you stay up with your training and you don't let, your work ethic slide. And having to travel or having to kind of go outside your element, sometimes that can take you off the, off the path. And, you take a week off or you take 2 weeks off, sometimes it can turn into longer, and it's hard to get yourself back into it. It's a lot easier when you just keep that momentum going. And so while I've been down here, I've continued my training, and to actually say I like the training that I've had since I've been down here has been among the best training of this particular cycle. So there's something about being in a new environment for me that's very energizing. So new people, new places, new experience, and being a bit of an extrovert, I tend to draw energy from the people around me, so you get a new environment, and it's pretty cool. So I did a little bit of training around here at a couple different places, a couple different gyms, just kind of checking stuff out. And that was kind of like priority number one, is just find somewhere that I could go lift and keep my training, stick to my plan, stick to my program. So it was a bit refreshing for me, like I said, to come out to this new place, because there's so much about training that can be monotonous. You're doing essentially the same stuff kind of over and over and over again, depending on what your training program is. You may have quite a little bit of variety in your training, but even in a sense, it can still become kind of monotonous at times. So this being out here in Tampa has been a cool experience for me, because it's broken up the monotony of my training. So the way that I have myself programmed out, there's some variation to it as far as the weight or rep range, but other than that, I don't have a whole lot of variety in my movements. I'm down to some fairly specific stuff. So being out here and having this new environment and having a new gym to go to is just like, it kind of reinvigorated me for my training. So now I'm excited to take it back to the house and get back to my normal routine, and start working on my training, and going to be rounding out my hypertrophy, or kind of my building phase. The way that I have stuff programmed out is based, at least loosely, on kind of juggernaut type of a style. And I went that route just for the hypertrophy of it, to try to build up, some muscularity and build some size, so that I could be, stronger when it comes to meet time. So, hopefully, we'll see. The meet in March will be kind of the litmus test of whether or not my programming has worked. So if I can see some, considerable growth, if I can see some considerable growth on my program, or on my strength levels rather, then I'll know that the programming was fairly successful. If I don't see a lot of progress off of it, then I certainly know that I have a couple things that I need to change and adjust. But anyway, so the whole point of the video is just sticking to it. So even when you have something come into your life that takes you kind of off of your balance, whether that's travel or whatever, just sticking to the plan, maintaining your consistency, and finding a way to get the gym time in. If it's important, you're going to find a way. So that's what this is all about. So hopefully that you know, gives you guys some ideas or some thoughts about, you know, sticking to your own training programs and, you know, not finding excuses here or there to, you know, take a week off, take 2 weeks off, whatever the case is, but sticking to your guns and doing what you came to do. So that's all I got for this one. Definitely got to give a huge shout out to the Powerhouse here in downtown Tampa. That gym is amazing. The facility is huge. They have just about every piece of equipment you could possibly imagine. It's good environment, you know, it's even a good healthy environment for powerlifters, and it was probably one of my favorite gyms of all time for sure. So definitely a huge shout out to those guys, because that was a lot of fun being there. Yeah, that's all. So anyway, remember guys, no matter what you have going on, traveling or whatever, train despite.